Every now and then there's a moment with beloved franchises these days that you have sparks of hope and think someone's going to right the ship, as it were. But so far, that appears to only be Ghostbusters. Quite a few here and there moments where it could have gone right and was immediately dashed and all that sort of thing with Star Wars and Star Trek and all that. And then Doctor Who. Who all but completely destroyed itself. There were ideas about saying, oh boy, if someone would come in and save it and right the ship. And a lot of people thought that would be Russell T Davies, who said he would never return. And then suddenly he did. And everyone got excited. For myself, I wasn't all that excited, but of the three showrunners, by numbers and whatnot, he takes the title for being the best out of the three. But that didn't mean much in the current era and the way it is. But several other factors, certain creative controls and distancing from BBC. But you can distance all you want; they're still the owner of the franchise. And I mean, the partnering with Disney there's no signs that'll improve anything other than somehow they found some cash for special effects and stuff like that. But that means nothing. So. The best one could hope for was, perhaps you'll get a series of stories that are just adventure and have some interesting sci-fi concept to them, and that everything else would be to a minimum. But then the casting choices came, all right, yes, but still, it's all right, you got your cast, but can we get, just like with Jodie Whittaker, it's all right, you got your female doctor, what will the stories be? Well, so would it be a continuing of that? And that's what I always figured. At best, maybe you'd get a few more that in and of themselves, the shows might not be that bad, and wouldn't be getting political sermons all the time. Well, and if you were going to try to subtly put it in there and that sort of thing, that's not going to work, especially when you waved a massive red flag just days before your debut. So there's all these extra little things to celebrate the 60th anniversary. The Tales from the TARDIS series is not available in America, but, there's ways to see it. I saw the one with, the Sixth Doctor and Perry, and, okay, is what I figured it would be. It probably would have been better just to have them talk about the show, the actors talk about their time now. Granted, a lot of that's been done and all that sort of thing, but the TARDIS remembers and all this sort of thing. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. And that's enough of that. And that would do nothing to dissuade anyone from watching new Doctor Who shows. But then came for Children in Need thing, and this is always it's a British thing. And there's been quite a bit of Doctor Who involvement over the years for that charity run and all that. And so this time they decided to do a story with David Tennant as the 14th Doctor meeting Davros at an earlier time. Yeah, so just based on the images, he's like, oh, well, this must be Davros at an earlier time, not as early as when Capaldi met him as a little boy, but nevertheless, as, before whatever happened to him to put him in the state that we recognize him as, all the way from Genesis of the Daleks on down. And it would be, all right, so, and it's just this silly thing, and there's these jokes and gags in it, and it's not very good. It's not really funny at all. It's pretty flat. And Curse of the Fatal Death is far superior. And at this point, it might as well be canon. that was a fun little romp they did. And of course, yes, I guess it can be canon because there's millions of doctors, perhaps billions, and hell, for all I know, we're all the doctor. Isn't that? How about that? Isn't that nice? You and me, even we, are the doctor. Yeah, yeah. So even all that, as stupid as it is, it would be like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. But then RTD decided to open his mouth. So, it was on a behind-the-scenes show, Doctor Who Unleashed, and Russell T Davies said we had long conversations about bringing Davros back because he's a fantastic character. Time and society and culture and taste have moved on. And there's a problem with the old Davros. He's a wheelchair user who is evil. I had problems with that. A lot of us on the production team did too, associating disability with evil. Well, that's you doing that. I mean, he says, trust me, there's a very long tradition of this. Well, I don't trust you. But you got to understand, he's apparently God. He decides when culture has moved on. I'm not blaming people in the past at all. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And this would include yourself. But the world changes. Yeah. And when the world changes, Doctor Who has to change as well. So we made the choice to bring back Davros without the facial scarring and without the wheelchair or his support unit, which functions as a wheelchair. I say this is how we see Davros now. This is what he looks like. This is 2023. Oh, is it? Yeah, well, not for long. I mean, there's only about a little over a month left as I'm taping this. This is our lens. This is our eye. Only one? Things used to be black and white. They're not anymore. They used to be black and white. He can't tell the truth in any of this. Davros used to look like that, and now he looks like this. We are absolutely standing by that. Now, if you say, hey, the guy's just a moron babbling nonsense, but you know better, which makes it worse. So you give him a pass if he's just ignorant and stupid. But he's not, and he knows this is absolute crap. Not only that, you have to know you've just insulted people who are in wheelchairs and whatnot. Imagine all the people in wheelchairs who were loved Doctor Who and loved everything about it and loved to escape with Doctor Who and all that. And now you're being told, well, you were victimized by it. And then say, oh, but it was a different time and now things have changed. So it has to be this way because, again, Davies is God, Of course, he's the one who made Doctor Who Dr. God, so... boy, I guess that's the complex. This is, stupid at best and absolutely cruel and tokenizing at worst. It's literally going through the checklist. All right, let's see. Gender, we've got that. We have sexual identities, and we got that. A race, yeah, okay. Oh, what about ableism? Yeah. Well, let's see who we got. Well, hey, Davros. Well, what do you mean? Well, he was scarred from that war from a planet called Skaro, which is a planet that lived in perpetual war. And what was that thing he's riding around in? Yeah, it was a precursor to the Dalek travel machine. Yeah, that's like a wheelchair. So now I don't know how you have Daleks anymore. At least not like that. You'll have to change them. I guess they'll just be guys in black suits now. They might as well be because, hey, So And I saw the jokes where they said if he was in charge of Star Wars, he'd have to change Darth Vader because that's insulting asthmatics or something. Just, you see where it, of course, you cannot apply logic to any of this thinking. You're just supposed to bend the knee or obey. And if you don't, well, you know what you are. So, I mean, there's contradictions in a lot of the statements that RTD did. I mean, a while back he was going on about that it was absurd to constantly be chasing one's own identity in every story and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, yeah. I said, well, that's a hopeful sign. And then this. So, this is over before it began. And that's unfortunate, but oh well. I guess it's Ghostbusters and nothing else that'll survive this weird, I don't know what, almost 20-year era we've been in of beloved franchises determined to destroy themselves. And again, that business, I'm not blaming the past at all. You see, you can't say or do something and then immediately say, I'm not saying or doing that. You went out of your way to accuse others, including yourself again, which is, of course, the stupidity of it all, of maligning people with disabilities and saying that they were being cast as evil people, when that is not what they did. So, on top of that, you're a liar. Anyway, that's my input on the new and improved Davros. By the way, did you notice that according to Davies, the improvement was to take him out of the chair? Yeah.